First few weeks he was with us, I thought, we've got a manager here. The players respected him, which is important, and everybody in the club respected him, and we went off with a bang.
They're all good lads that come into the side, not necessarily from big clubs, a lot of them from non-league clubs, a lot are from lower league stuff. So they all come in and they fit in really well, and you got the kind of lads playing for the club that would enjoy each other's company, quite relaxed, jokers, but as soon as you cross the white line then we become switched on and we have a job to do, and that's how Neil wanted it.
From a manager's point of view, it was excellent because most of my players, I could tell you, they were 8 out of 10 every week, occasionally a 9. There weren't many 7s and 6s, which is what every manager dreams of.
But it was a great motivator. He knew how to get his team together, and we went to some crazy places and did some crazy things, and some things I've never done before with a football team. The Wembley walk, the way, the walk into the ground in the morning, going back for pre-match meal, the sight of the fans at the ground was just, you talk about it, the tingle you got just made you step up to another level, and 2 great goals, a clean sheet, and celebrations after were fantastic.
As Bartlett gets the cross in, Johnson turns and scores, and Knox are ahead, and young Tommy Johnson is the scorer. A moment of pure opportunism there for young Johnson, this dynamic teenager.
Neil was not one of getting the ball down, pass and move. It was shape. It was, we'll get it in the corners and we'll let Kevin Bartlett, who was the fastest man in the country, run them down in the corners, or we'd hit Dave Regis, Gary Lund, players like that who can hold it up. And there was no real science to it. It was simple stuff. He had to make it simple for us. We were, we weren't the brightest lads in the world, so Neil made it nice and simple. We knew what we had to do, and unfortunately, it worked like a dream.
And Craig Short is also up there. Johnson with the free kick. It's a curling one. Short gets to the header, and Knox are 2-0 ahead. Young Tommy Johnson gets in on the celebrations, and can you blame him?
A club, the oldest club in the world, who'd never been to Wembley. It was just an amazing time, and when I see anybody from Nottingham that's Notts County, they all remember their Wembley trips and the celebrations, and wherever they were that night, it was an amazing time in my career and the players.
And promotion is secured. Neil Warnock celebrates on the bench. 20,000 Notts County supporters celebrate on the terraces.
Anybody who's been to Wembley and won and had the opportunity to lift a trophy, not just the captains who go up, but the whole team as it's passed down, I think there is a tremendous amount of pride that goes through for the whole club as well.
And actually, I think winning promotion at Wembley really just sort of topped everything. I think in some ways it's better than winning promotion sort of straight up, because you have that great day out at Wembley, all the fans are there, your family, your friends all sort of come to it, so it makes it a great day to win.
The Wembley occasions that we had were absolutely fantastic. The euphoria that was going around the city. We were coming into the club and seeing the fans going off in the coaches, hooters and horns blowing, and it was absolutely fantastic. And to achieve it again the next year was, even something special.
Lots of bodies in the box. Draper with the kick. And Harding gets up. That's 1-0 to County. About 13 minutes from the end. And that is Paul Harding's first goal for Notts. He couldn't have done it at a better time. And that's it. Notts County are back at Wembley for the second successive season. And we hear they'll meet Brighton in the playoff final. Steve Cherry punches the air.
Well, somebody there again, and we're all thinking to ourselves, this can't happen again. Surely, if we win this as well, we're going in the top flight. We're playing in in Division 1 as it was, Premiership football. It was fairy tale stuff, and I think going into the game at Wembley against Brighton, I think we felt more confident.
you just felt that you knew we weren't going to get beat. And that's a great feeling to have, you know. Never ever any doubt that we were coming away losers. It was a weird feeling. And that's just confidence built up through Neil, through Mick Jones, all the staff we had. It was straight through to Margaret, the kit woman. She's fantastic, you know.
In the game by Turner, flicked on well, and Draper. Notts County are in the lead.
Yeah, I mean it's unheard of in them days really. To come from the bottom division almost and into the Premier League. Well, the year before the Premier League, wasn't the top flight, was something that you could only dream about. And but we didn't really let anything worry us. We just got on with it. And even though it was the playoffs again, we just missed out. You know, you always felt in the dressing room that we were going to be hard to beat. You know, you wouldn't want to play against us.
Getting it into Tommy Johnson. A brilliant goal! Tommy Johnson is second. A scorching drive. Neil Warnock off his seat.
I think maybe as the game went on, we did grow in confidence, we did grow in stature, and maybe the season before's game did, you know, give us that little bit of a push on, because we knew what the rewards were going to be, and the rewards were going to be massive. And to have all those fans that travelled down was fantastic, and to do that, you know, with one occasion behind us, you know, I was looking up again and thinking, well, is this going to happen again? And you know, it happened.
And in it goes from Regis. Well, Neil Warnock now knows it's safe. It has to be, with less than 20 minutes to go now. And Notts County really not only celebrating that goal, but a return to the First Division.
When we beat Brighton, it was like we've done it. You know, it was a long time ago now, but it was great at the time. It still is when you think back about it.
As the final whistle goes, and Notts County, the oldest club in the Football League, are back in the First Division.
But to get the chance to come to my hometown club and achieve what I did as a player and as a team, you know, it was what schoolboys dream of.
I think we'll gloss over the fact that we got relegated in the first season, but the roller coaster that the club were on at the time was quite amazing, and supporters of that era will never forget it. They'll never forget the players of you know, Tommy Drapes, Charlie Palmer, Dean Thomas, Nicky Plattner, players like that. Nobody really had ever heard of them, and they come to the club and they get us into the top flight. It was quite amazing.
It was a fantastic cup competition. I'm sorry it had to finish, because when we went over to Italy, and the number of supporters that went with us was incredible.
Well, it was, yeah. We were going away and travelling away, which was again new to us, new to the players. Some of the stadium wasn't brilliant over there, to say the least, but it was good.
I remember one going to we were in Prague. We stayed the night in Prague, and it was before we flew back, and we'd all been had a few beers, and some of us were having the old schnapps and all that. And I think we had to fetch Paul Devlin. Me and Phil turned up to get Paul Devlin off the hotel window ledge, and then on the way back, he was a bit worse for wear, and he was lying on the floor on one of the trolleys from the bus, on one of the kits trolleys. And every time the bus broke, he went forward. Every time he pulled off, he went back into the aisle. And on the flight, he was in the toilet, and they couldn't get off the toilet. And we had to have 3 calls from the captain to get him out. And the last signal came over that he's got 2 minutes to get out, or else we bought landing. And they're about to screw the doors off the plane to get him out of the toilet. We come out, but it was like with his pants down. It was hilarious.
Notts County have settled very early here. Turner again, Wilson calling for it, Squarer might get the chance of the first shot of the day. Kevin Wilson! And a fine stop indeed by Landucci. What a good effort from Wilson.
We'd absolutely battered them, and I can remember was it Hadji that scored? I wanted Charlie Palmer to go out and close him down. Then that I went a bit too far. He squared it and smashed it in 1-0.
Notts County punished. The Italians have barely had an attack in this second half, but when they do, they score.
Disappointing to lose that one, but obviously we made up with the second one.
To get to Wembley again, you know, a great occasion. So to actually go there and win another trophy was, again, another fantastic day.
A long throw by leg. Oh, the goalkeeper's missed it. It's gone directly in. Did Agana get a touch? And Notts County are ahead after 12 and a half minutes. Murphy. Oh, there's an opening here. Mirabelli. Ascoli are level at 1-1. Notts County paid the penalty of not clearing the ball from inside their penalty area, and Walter Mirabelli equalises. Rhys Mills moving menacingly forward here for Notts County. Turner. It's deflected wide towards Devlin, who delivers an early cross. White's in there! Fabulous goal! They're mistaking the scorer of Notts County's second goal. It's Devon White.
The ball was just knocked in. I just, got up in the air as I do and just headed it down into the ground towards goal. And the goalie went down and bounced over him. So I was really pleased.
It's all over, and Notts County have won the Anglo-Italian Cup, and another victory here for Howard Kendall. The winning goal coming in stoppage time at the end of the first half through Devon White.
Sometimes I think it flashes by so quickly. You're going up there, you get your medals and everything, and it's a bit of a bit of a disbelief really that you're actually there. But then afterwards, when you're out on the pitch and you're celebrating, and then you're having a few drinks afterwards, that's when it all sort of dawns on you what you've actually done, that you've actually won, and people still, even now, are still sort of like talking to me about the game, about the goal, and about Notts County winning.
After the disappointing the first one, yeah, it was nice to go up the steps and get your medal and lift the trophy up, and that was end of my highlights for me, the best time with Notts. I obviously moved on, but that was as good as winning the promotion.
To sit in the royal box and presented with the trophies and what have you, and as the players came along, and it was, well, I've got a photograph of me crying with emotion. It was one of the main features of my period of being chairman. It was fantastic.
And he's handed the Anglo-Italian Cup by John Charles, who knows all about playing in Italian football. And Notts County become the first English club to win the competition since Newcastle United back in 1973.
We was advertising for a manager, and he applied, and he came for the first interview, and I was impressed. I made a short list of 3 or 4, and the second interview I had John Mountney with me at my home. Out of the 3 or 4 managers that we interviewed, we both put the name down on a piece of paper who we thought was the best one, and when we'd finished interviewing all 3 or 4, they got the 2 pieces of paper together and we both said, Sam Allardyce.
You know, like when it's a closed season, you're off basically. Well, he brought us in 3 days a week, and I think those 3 days a week when we came in really got us fired up for that season. Strikers weren't really like on fire, do you know what I mean, at the start, not scoring lots, and then it just happened that me and Jonesy, it just sort of clicked between the 2 of us, and I remember a game against Torquay away when I scored 2, and from that day on it just seemed to snowball between the 2 of us, and we couldn't really stop scoring.
I remember we had a centre forward called Jones who couldn't stop scoring goals. It was incredible. I can't remember much about the rest of the side with this silly memory of mine, but it was the golden days. They was.
Well, we had the best goalkeeper in not just our league, but probably the league above, and maybe even the league above that. Wardy was absolutely unbelievable. And then you look at people like Strods in centre half, scare you. Richo, Endo. We'll forget Dennis Pearce on the left. No, but honestly, from the whole team, midfield, you had people like Sean Derry, Steve Finnan. Look what they've gone on to do. Mark Robson, just unbelievable.
Christmas time, we are normally looking at the table and thinking, right, we need so many points from so many games to get anywhere near the top of the division. We weren't. We were laughing. We were in hysterics because we knew we were going to walk this.
Honestly, I'd never had it before in football, but it just felt that you weren't going to lose. It really did. It was so enjoyable, that feeling. You honestly went on that pitch and you did not think... We thought we was going to win every game.
Notts County needed just a point from 7 games to go up, but becoming the first side since the war to win promotion in March was Saturday's challenge. For long spells, there was a growing suspicion playoff-chasing Leyton Orient might sabotage the record breakers, until 5 minutes into the second half, when the veteran Mark Robson skipped neatly into space and arrowed in another goal to grace Notts County's great season. Its significance quickly grew. Torquay were losing and the third division title would be Notts County's before the clocks went forward if they could play out time. It was tense, the nerves were frayed, and it was more of a stumble across the finishing line. But it really is a remarkable achievement. Job done, trophy won, with March still with us, by a team fit to take its place alongside any in the great footballing tradition Notts County have done so much to create.
It's a fantastic achievement. We talked before the game what we might do today, and we've done it. We've won the championship, not only promotion, in the month of March. There's still over a month of the season to go, and that cup's in the bag for us, and everybody concerned is absolutely highly delighted.
The speed that Sam came in and got us promoted in that season, and some of the football that we played into the wet corners was fantastic. You know, Matt Redmar was fantastic at booming a ball 112 yards into a puddle in this. We used to use a main stand Meadow Lane corner to win games. At that time it used to be a sludge bath, we had drainage problems, and that was part of the training. Get it in that corner, they'll think it's going out, and the winger would nip onto it, whip it in, and we'd score a goal. And Sam would never let me claim that. It was always his, but it was my wet corner. I'd built this pitch to flood just for him.
Big Sam didn't let up, that was the thing. You still got a rollicking if we didn't play well. I remember at Cambridge I had a stinker and he went mad. And we'd already won the league, there was only about 2 games to go, but he wanted that 100 points. And sadly we just missed out. I think we ended up on 99. But so there was no let up even when we'd won it.
Can't describe to people that last game when they presented the trophy to the team and there was all the ticker tape and everything. I've never seen that at Notts, you know, never expected to see that sort of thing at Notts.
It was celebrated for days and probably weeks afterwards. It was phenomenal.
I look every season now, I don't want a team to beat that, and I don't think they will.